Hello, beautiful souls. I am Awakened Soul, and today we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, setting it up for our next trade, and walking you through the process of how I look at the charts and how I set up the charts to take one good trade a day. First thing is starting off on the monthly. I always start off on the monthly with a clean chart. I use the 1226 EMAs. So as a trader, we want to focus on our ranges. Before we do that, I want to go over really quick market structure and just understand that one contraction phase, trend phase, contraction phase, trend up, contraction phase. So this is our monthly contraction phase, and within every contraction phase, you're going to have a pattern. So let's start off that, getting our range and what is our monthly contraction phase pattern? What is our POC? What is the story telling us, right? So the first thing we want to assess is the 1226 EMA. As you can see, technically they are bearish. So let's go ahead and mark our monthly range, and monthly range are done in red. Everything's color coordinated because I do a lot of charting without my voice. So I want you to get used to understanding the colors. So that's my monthly range, and within my monthly range I want to set some trend lines. And again, the trend lines is to focus on our monthly contraction phase. And if you're having a hard time setting those trend lines, I like to use the higher high lower low indicator. I believe is the best indicator out there. Nothing like price action, right? But this is good enough. One touch, two touches, and we're gonna go one touch, two touch, right? Because we're trying to combine this whole contraction phase in the monthly. So we have like a channel, a falling channel. Can we agree to disagree to agree or something like that? Right, nice channel here. That's cute. All right, let's go ahead and send this over to my Discord. And please, if you are not following me, please go ahead and follow me. I am Awakened Soul _369. I have a free Discord. I do have a course where I teach technical analysis. I am the queen of charts. I am the best, to be honest with you. I have a podcast. I do poems. I do the most, and I paint. But anyways, as you can see, I took a beautiful trade this morning, always setting it up. So yeah, follow me and check me out. Okay, so now we see this channel coming down. We have our range, right? The most important thing as a day trader. Now let's move into our weekly. In our weekly, we're also going to focus on our contraction phase, but our weekly contraction phase will be this. Okay, this is one contraction phase, two contraction phase. Within the monthly, there's two. So within this weekly contraction phase, what do you see? What pattern do you think is going on here? So let's just connect some weekly trend lines here. This is orange. Yes, weeklies are orange. This looks like a megaphone off the bat, like a I like to focus on price action, right? So if price action is here, as you, because if you didn't notice, it's fine. But I connected this orange trend line here first, one touch, two touch, but then I was like, no, focus on price action. So I even do it. So remember, focus on price action. Try to get your trend lines to go towards price action. So here we have this interesting just two weekly trend lines, not much of a pattern here. Sometimes if the higher high lower low are not working, I also like to use the line chart. The line chart kind of leaves all the noise and shows me what's going on. So weekly, we have not crossed bearish yet. What else am I seeing? Let's set our range, right? And my ranges are based on candle opens and closes. So this is my weekly range. Anything more interesting? No, because I mean, I could give you a target, sure, because I didn't give you a target. So this is the story. If this monthly trend line is broken and we move to the upside, here's your target. And if you don't know how I got that target, join my free community where I teach. So, well, I know that's extreme, but anything is possible, right? And this is my weekly. That's my monthly, and this is my weekly target. One touch, two touch, and here we are. So let me go ahead and submit this again. Everything I do, I share with my Discord. Okay. And in the end, after I give you the setup and the play, I want to go over the stock market in general. I don't really do that because it's not irrelevant, but I only trade Bitcoin right now. It's good enough for me. Like I said, I'm all about one good trade a day will make your day. And if you think about it, if you could gain 3% on your bag every day, you would be a millionaire in a couple of like in less than a year. So do the math. So on weekly range, we're gonna go to the daily now. So what's the story? What is the daily contraction phase telling us? So just like we had the weekly, this is our daily contraction phase. And what is the daily contraction phase telling us? Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use the fib channel. Why? Because I think it's cool. One touch, two touch, three touches here. And this is just giving me critical support and resistance trend lines. As we can see, price action rejected here on this double top, possible M formation. And here we have key support. And I'm going to highlight them with white. I hope I'm not losing you. I know it's a lot, but it's cool. And it's all practice, guys. I know it's not for everyone, but you gotta make it fun. Technical analysis tends to be what's the word? Like a solitudes game. You know, it's silent, it's quiet. Money doesn't like noise, right? So it's definitely interesting. So I only use those two support. I guess we could use this one too. I'm feeling this trend line too. So for whatever reason, it all comes from my intuition too. Like not only the charts, but my intuition, right? Just looking at it. Okay, we're just staring at this. I'm gonna take the fib channel. Okay, so this looks like a bear flag to me, and I do have a bear flag fib that I'm going to pull from the high to low, and that's not my bear flag fib. Right, so for a bear flag to play out, price action must, you know, hold under 38.2. So if we would have a cross and price action hold around the 50% level, then it wouldn't be a bear flag. Till then, price action actually could come here, and that's what I'm feeling. Like this trend line, this white trend line, we have one touch here. Somehow or some way, I feel like we're gonna have that second push and then drop down. So that's what I'm seeing. Let me submit this. I forgot about the Discord. Okay. Same process. Okay, so now that we're on our daily, what do we want to do? We want to set our range, right? But on our daily, we have a bullish cross. So that is something that's important to, as a day trader, to take in consideration. It is the daily. So as a day trader, we're focused on the 15-minute, right? We're focused on the 3-minute. But it's good to understand that, okay, maybe the trend is changing, right? Anything is possible. Maybe we're starting to move up. But back to this, like this trend line. There's something about this right here that I'm feeling right here. I feel like it's going to give us one push and then drop. Again, never, ever, ever trade with your feelings. And but it's a possibility, right? Big possibility. So with my daily, I'm going to use my higher high, lower lows. And this is, again, just to connect some trend lines, see what this contraction phase is telling me. So remember, on the daily, this is your contraction phase, right? So when you're doing trend lines on contraction phases, like, you got to consider everything, because this is its own contraction phase, but this is the 4-hour contraction phase, in my view. I could be 100% wrong, but I'm pretty good at what I do. Really good. So we have our daily trend line here. So again, let's get a target. Wow, this would be extreme, but anything is possible again. So this is telling me that we could possibly see price action go all the way to our monthly resistance. Sure. Another trend line that I want to consider is this one. One touch, two touches. Let me change this to yellow. And it is a learning channel, so if you're here just to, like, for me to tell you that Big TC is going to the moon, it's no, it's not doing it. Not this year. But anyways, I'm trying to find something Confluence to this, because like I said, I'm feeling this, but so this daily target it hit. Hold on. So this is our trend line. There it is. That's the target. I have a techno party going on. I get lost with my own TA. No, I don't get lost, but I'm trying to figure this out, and I'm trying to explain and figure things out and hear music and paint at the same time, so I'm doing the most. But yeah, there's something about this zone that's calling me. But anyhow, we have our daily range, and if we cross this trend line here, we're gonna move here. Okay, so big possibility. Let me submit this. We're gonna go to, and actually I'm such a visual person. Give me 1 second. I just want my peoples to know what I'm talking about. So we have a like a flagpole upside, and then this is what I see. This. All right, I just want to show them my idea. Okay. We're gonna go to the daily. We got our range. Let's go to the 4 hours. So our daily just printed, and the daily gives us great ranges to trade. So our 4 hours, our 4-hour trend lines are critical, are really important in my perspective. So when you come into the charts and you have your, you have your monthly, weekly, daily. Now let's set our 4 hours. Our 4 hours didn't give us much. We have Confluence with the same 4-hour close, the daily. So we're gonna just set our 4-hour resistance here. So this is telling us a story, and I want you to picture and see price action like an elevator. If price action holds, breaks daily support, right, most likely just mechanically, right, it's gonna come down. If price action holds here and breaks above 4-hour resistance, because consider resistance because price action's under right now, then we can continue to the upside. So on my 4-hour, I have my resistance support is the same as daily. And let's connect my 4-hour trend line. 1 touch, 2 touches. That's not a trend line. 1 touch, 2 touches. So this is actually pretty beautiful because my strategy is about trend line break, 1226 EMA cross, and support being broken or resistance. So by having this trend line here and having the day support here, it just gives me that confluence that if we go to the daily, right, gives me that confluence of if this trend line breaks to the downside, we're going to get a confirmed short. We got the 1226 getting tight, yet have not crossed officially. Our support would be, get the one. Right, and this would be my support here. Again, I use pivot highs and lows, great indicator. I love just to help me get exact price action. Always recommend to do TA in your exchange also, wherever you trade from. So this is beautiful. This is going to be my support. So if price action breaks this zone, I'm taking a short. Simple. But what happens to here, right? It breaks, then it recovers the candle completely. Well, in those cases, you use a stop loss, but that's why we need confirmation, right? A strategy needs confirmation. Like I said, my strategy needs to have a trend line break. It has to have the support break. It has to have the 1226 break. So wait, be patient, set an alarm, key support to take short. And like that, my colleagues will know that this is the support. I'm looking at the 1 hour, and this is the price that I want to see break to move to the downside. Okay. And I do reset my charts every day because there's a new day candle every day. So I get my new day range every day. Important, really important. Okay, so I have a key support to short. What about longing? Let's say price action holds, the daily support breaks the 4-hour support and holds it, and we do continue to the upside, and we want to get that 27,737 right now. This is beautiful. 1 touch, 2 touches. We get blue. Blue is usually my 1 hour. I like to use the line chart a lot too, just to visualize it. See the flow, right? Go with the flow and just see what it's doing. All right, about 30 minutes. So on my hourly, we have support. We could have, I think this would be my key resistance, to be honest with you, 4 hours, because we discussed that. We discussed if price action moves above the 4 hours and holds here, I think you're good to take a long. Again, do your own TA. Key resistance. And I don't know how to type in English. I do, but you know, I'm just a little slow when it comes to that. Other than that, all right. And so we have resistance, we have support. That gives us our range, and this is our setup range. So this is great learning example that you don't have to go to the 5 minutes, right? Sometimes the 1 hour is sufficient enough. Sometimes so right here we're pretty much stuck. Like if we would go lower than this, right? Choppy, like just wait. Like what are you doing here trying to long? Because you might just get resistance, and or it's the weekend too. You have to consider it's Friday. Those are your key support and resistance zones. That's your range. Could we have an event like this? Of course. I mean, it could fall and recover. Absolutely. So just be smart about it, right? Understand that there this is a liquidity game. Where is my fair gap value? So there's a lot of um imbalances above here, so they might recover them. I also like to use the Sessions New York, and that's just giving me that confluence that I need. Sometimes, you know, when it shows this horizontal lines, those are the POCs of the range of the session. So sometimes I like to turn them on and just check them out, see what they're doing, what are they telling me. Price action is above the New York PLC. So a lot of accumulation here, a lot's going on. Market makers are making sure the books are in order here. And from here, they're going to choose, right? That's why we set our range. They're going to go up or down. That's it. It's a 50-50. It's a probability game. As long as you know how to chart and like, I feel like you're good. So this is it. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Hope you learned something. More than anything, I'm easy, straight to the point. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Love. Oh no, hold on. Don't go if you're still here. I was gonna go through excerpt all the excerpt. Oh, I guess I could do another video. Okay, I'm done. Love you guys.